You know that feeling you get when you're being judged for something that you've done? Or worse, for something that you are? That feels really bad. It's that feeling of shame and unfairness when someone's judging you. That's what stigma feels like. Unfortunately, it is often people that are already challenged in their lives with feelings of sadness, fear, or other emotional problems that struggle more with being judged and misunderstood. It's like going on an uphill battle where they can never reach the top.
Yet in Canada, 1 out of every 5 adults will suffer from a mental health disorder in their lifetime. So if it's so common, why are we so quick to judge those with mental health issues? One possibility is that society has a collective understanding of what it means to be normal thoughts and normal feelings.
Society has this expectation that people with mental health issues will respond to their struggles in a normal way, meaning they are expected to snap out of it or bounce back. Otherwise, they're considered weak or abnormal because everyone should be able to overcome their struggles. When they are unable to meet this expectation, it can be really difficult for the person and for those who love them to see that they are struggling and to not know what to do to help.
Most often, at the heart of stigma is fear, and this shows itself in many ways. When somebody is struggling, people in their support system may think, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to handle it. And at a deeper level, there may be a fear around safety. If I don't know that I am safe, how can I be sure that I can keep the people around me safe? This fear moves us to push the person dealing with a mental health issue away, and is driving us to not to want to understand. It's so much easier to label a person as crazy and to tell ourselves that I should just leave them alone because I don't know what to do.
As we distance ourselves from the person with mental illness, that person becomes more isolated and more distant from everyone. Because of this, they are more likely to withdraw and to think that something is wrong with them. They believe that people are judging them and that people are looking at them as though they're crazy. They feel more shame and like they don't belong, that they've lost a sense of connection with others and believe that they are no longer normal. And this will only make it harder for them to reach out and get help. If you think something is inherently wrong with you, why would you want to talk about it? Not knowing how you will react to something, not having control over your own thoughts or behaviors sometimes, can be extremely frightening.
What we see on television, on social media, in magazines and movies, is a skewed image of what mental illness actually looks like. Essentially, these distorted images are designed to catch our attention. We are being told that people with mental health issues are dangerous, out of control, and we should avoid them at all costs. This opinion only creates and continues this misunderstanding. In truth, the experience of mental health issues can rob people of their ability to manage the challenges of life, making it harder for them to complete everyday tasks. It's like trying to drive a car up a hill on an empty tank of gas. It can be difficult for us to understand why it is so hard for them, since issues in our mental health are not seen in the same way that physical health problems are. There's an expectation that when people are unwell, they will get better. With a broken limb, there is a predictable recovery time. However, with mental health, the recovery process is unpredictable.
Because mental and physical health are linked, issues such as stress, lethargy, and chronic pain can make recovery more complicated and difficult. Unlike physical health, there's not the same readiness of compassion for those with a mental health challenge. There's not as much acceptance of a mental health problem actually being in the way of your functioning. Ultimately, mental and emotional experiences exist on a spectrum, and many people experience the same emotions that you have experienced, such as sadness, anxiety, or fear, just in a more intense way. It is the same experience, but felt, interpreted, and dealt with in a different way. What happens is that people experiencing what stigma would call not normal expressions of emotion more often than not try to hide their experiences from others.
The hidden cost of unaddressed mental illness can be seen everywhere. It affects both individuals and the society they live in. For instance, the cost of depression in workers is 23 times larger than how much it would be to treat those same workers using mental health services. In Canada alone, the price of depression on the economy is an estimated $14.4 billion a year. In the end, promoting mental health wellness and attending to these issues when they do arise will be cheaper for everyone in the long run. So what can you do to help improve the way society relates to mental health issues?
To start, we can be more compassionate and understanding that feelings are important and that it's okay that there are differences in how people feel them.
Be mindful of our judgments towards others in general and recognize when our judgment is coming from a place of fear. Acting on this fear can only add to the problem, and it keeps stigma alive.
We can start using respectful language about mental health and be aware of how we can impact others through words and actions, and how they impact us.
Be curious and learn more about various mental health issues.
Be courageous to stand up for others, especially those who aren't able to stand up by themselves. And with this, we can help to end mental health stigma.